welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the second episode of my Japanese language school stories, the little mini show. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about my experience of being on Japanese TV. And again, maybe you think, why is this connected to my Japanese language school experience? But the thing is that I've actually been on TV in Japan, I think around 3 times. And all of those 3 times, I have been on TV because of me being a language school student. Like, the TV came to my school, and that's how I ended up being on Japanese TV. So the story that I'm going to share with you today is actually the first time I was on Japanese TV, and I actually have the clip, so I'm going to show it to you later on in the video, so look forward to that. But first, let's get into the first part of the story. So it was just a normal day at my language school. I was sitting and chilling in the lobby that I talked about in the first episode of this little mini show. And there were a couple of other students there as well. And then all of a sudden, a television team comes into the lobby of my school. That was also the first time I'd ever seen TV come to my school or being anywhere close to me too. So I was really surprised and of course got really curious as well. So they came into the lobby, and I was, like I shared in the last video, sitting kind of in the back of the lobby, and there were other students sitting more in the front, and they started to talk to a few of the students who were sitting more close to the office that were kind of easier to reach, I guess. And so they started to talk to some students, interview some students, and so the show they came to take, it was a show about natto, and they wanted to find international students, or I guess international people, go to their houses and then have them cook one of their like traditional food from their countries and add natto into that and see if that would be good or not. So I guess that's why they came to my language school, because there were a bunch of foreign people obviously that they could choose from. So they actually ended up finding an American guy and an Indian girl, and they went to their houses and they cooked and blah blah blah. But that's not how I got into this TV show. So while they were in the lobby talking to these other students and talking to some of the staff members, I was sitting at the back of the lobby with some other of my friends, looking very curiously over at what was going on. And I did see the host of the show. He kind of saw me and I guess saw that I was curious, but he didn't come up and talk to me or anything. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna be on TV this time. But when I got up from my seat to go up to my classroom, because it was right before classes were going to start, the TV team were in front of the office in the lobby, and I walked past them with my books like this, and they stopped me and they were like, hey, do you have a few minutes before your classes are starting? And I was like, yes? And I was a little frightened and nervous, but also kind of happy, because I was like, whoo, this is my moment to be on Japanese TV. And so then they started to interview me in the lobby. There was, I don't remember, I think there were like 4 people in the TV team. There was like cameraman, like a sound guy, and then there was the host. The host had the funniest hairstyle, and I was kind of laughing internally all throughout the interview. But he asked me like about life in Japan and about Japanese boys. He would ask me like, do you like Japanese boys? Are they cute? Are they cool? And like, how long have you been in Japan? Why did you come to Japan? All of these questions. And before I say anything else, I'm going to show you the clip that ended up being on TV.
お名前を教えてください。
ヨハンナです。
ヨハンナちゃん。今おいくつですか。
21歳です。
21歳。
全然16歳に見えると思いますけど。
すごい。そんなジョークまで。どうして日本にいるんですか。
日本人、日本語とか日本の文化。最初日本人可愛いなって思いましたけど、少しずつね、日本語すごいね、かっこいいねとかという風になりましたので、はい。
日本人可愛いですか。
可愛い、かっこいいと思います。よくないですか。
かっこいい。どう日本人です。
髪型いい。
So apart from my style and everything that was going on in that video, I ended up kind of insulting the host and made the whole TV crew laugh, and that's what ended up on TV. I think we were talking for like 5 minutes or something, and what ended up in the video was like just around a minute, and that's what they chose to put on TV. So my TV debut in Japan is basically me kind of insulting the host of the TV show that was interviewing me. Like I said, I remember being a little nervous when the host came up and asked me if I had a few minutes over for the interview. But when he started talking, obviously it was in Japanese, and my Japanese was not that good at that time since I just had a couple of months in my language school. But I felt pretty good. You know, I was talking, we were kind of, you know, throwing questions and answers back and forward. And I had a really good time in the interview. I really realized, like, on TV, this was not live TV, but still, like, when you're interviewed on TV, everything is so in the moment, and you have to say the thing that pops up in your head, like, immediately. And when he asked me, do you think I'm cool? The first thing that popped up in my head was, well, maybe not the haircut. So that's what I ended up saying. Since this experience, I've been on TV twice again. Once was just a short interview that I had right outside of my school, and another time, one of the staff members from my school actually contacted me and told me that a TV team was looking for some foreign people to show around in Fukuoka, and like it was in the Sakura season, so I think that ended up being a 15-minute clip. I didn't have a TV, so I wasn't able to watch it in the end. But we were like going in cars and going in different places and being guided and having a lot of people look at us, and it was a pretty embarrassing but fun experience. But since coming to Kanagawa, I haven't been on Japanese TV, right? Yeah, but so I have in total so far 3 experiences on being in TV in Japan, and it's a pretty silly and ridiculous experience, but it's also kind of funny too. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's little talk. The reason why I'm sitting like this is because I just got my first scrunchie, I think, ever, and I like it, so that's why I'm trying to show it off. Also, it's getting kind of cold, so I'm sitting here with the jacket inside. I also got this yesterday too from a secondhand store. I'm thinking of making a video of all the secondhand stuff I got this year. Is that something interesting to you? Also, next week's episode on my Japanese language school stories will be about when I went to take the JLPT exam and kind of what the whole experience of taking the exam is like. So look forward to that. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for more daily updates on life in Japan, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for weekly content on life in Japan, life as a Japanese student, language school stories, and everything else about Japan. Have a great week, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!